Okay, so let's just look at if the scramble ends up in octopus guard. So let's just say that was inside my knee shield. He cuts his base and I come across. So anytime he's got his knee mat and his both knees on the mat, technically it's octopus guard. So maybe, to go back a step, we were here, he drops into this move, I start to work the shell in and I just feel I'm not getting it. He moves his weight back down, I make my grip. He's his foot planted, his right foot, yeah, right foot up, and because he's trying to walk it up to get his knee line. So then we'll just go for the last two moves, either coming up on top or taking the back. But sometimes he'll feel me trying to switch hooks here and then he drops his knee to the mat. Yeah, and we end up, so now we're in octopus guard. Again, there's a lot of things you can do from this position. We've taught this in the club as well, Shane Fishman's system. Keeping it really, really simple. We're just going to hip bump. The problem is this knee, when I hit him on my hip, he can flare this knee out. Yeah, take it back a step, which isn't the end of the world. You know, sometimes we might do that and he flares his knee out and then I'll just take the back. If that makes sense. If that's the route you want to go down, that's fine. But we want the sweep. So the minute he comes around and I make my grip, he's on both knees, I'm on my right side. I will use my leg to press out and pass his right foot to my left. So I want that initial hook. The problem is now he'll flare his knee, that's okay. I just grab his shin and pull it towards me. We don't go into the knee. It's just not going to happen. We go to where he's no base, which is really where his toes are pointing. So watch, see the way his toes are pointing that road? There's the position I'm coming. And when I come back down, notice where my body is. Cahill's on his right side and his left arm is exposed. Okay, so it would be rude not to look for the arm triangle here. So all I'm going to do is bring my arm back and I get inside position. So we don't want to come over the top. Well, we can come over the top and just squish him. I think I covered this. Did I do this with you? No, I think we covered this maybe last time, where I can just pin him from here to your stop bro. And then I'll use that just to weather the storm until I actually pass. But we want to be thinking about the arm triangle. So from here, when I've turned, I'm bringing my elbow underneath and coming around. Now, I've got him in the nice bite that I need for the arm triangle is. The problem is, for me to finish the arm triangle, I'm on Cahill's right side, I need to get to the left. So if I try to step over, he's just going to snag me in half guard. So the detail is, shin comes across, and then I'll windshield wiper. Again, I think a good habit to do, because we want to be thinking about connection on finishing the arm triangle, is learn to finish it with one arm. If there's space at Cahill's right jugular with my left bicep, I want to be walking my hand from my left to my right. Once I fill that space and I feel my left bicep tight till his right jugular, my hand is just going to cup underneath his armpit. Right hand's posted, I just windshield wiper across to the other side, and then I just basically put my hips on the mat. From there, head's driving forward, I just start to turn the corner. Let's look at that again. So, from knee shield position, he beats this, I make my grip. Maybe he's decided to drop the two knees, okay? If I feel I can't switch hooks, I'm going to bring my foot to the inside and push this hook out, and then I tie it up, if that makes sense. Once I'm there, I'm going to grab a shoelace, I'm going to pull this in towards me. Sometimes I'll build a base from my elbow to my hand. The higher my head is, the better. But I'm not going, if he flares his knee out, he wants to flare his knee out, and his foot, but I'm holding on to that. I just go in the angle that his foot is. So it's just about me lifting my hips and coming over. Just put scoop this way, bro. So we're going to end up here. notice the way Cathal's on his side and his left arm's exposed. So as I turn to face him, my arm comes underneath and then through that space. Sometimes he'll want to bring that back around again. So my head goes low. Bring it back around now. And then I concentrate on getting a deep bite with that. Shin comes across. Windshield wiper. Put my hips on the mat. And it's just about turning that corner. I mean, yeah, we can go hand to hand. It's no problem. So, as I drive forward, I'm just turning the corner, head pressure towards his head pressure. Sometimes he might answer the telephone. Yeah, perfect. That's okay. I'm on the other line telling him that's not going to work, that stupid defence. So I'm here, I will go back to one-handed and I'll just basically peel that off. And then back in again. One more time on that. So, we can sell the hip bump. We don't get that, back takes there as well. So we're here, I'm coming up. Sometimes I just hit him with my hip and he floors his knee out. And he does. I'm on the back. So your hip bump works hand in hand with the hip bumps, or the back take works hand in hand with the hip bump sweep. But if I really want the sweep, I'm going to use my foot to push it out. I'll switch my hooks and then I just basically grab the shoelace. Sometimes I'll come from my elbow to my hand and I'm going in the direction of his toes. Once I'm there, elbow comes back, arm comes through, take your time, windshield wiper, turn the corner. Again, if it takes 20 seconds to get that arm triangle, it takes 20 seconds. There's no rush on it. We need to make sure that we're filling the space, okay, with our arm.